Hello, beautiful Facebook family, and also live on Instagram. It's so awesome to see all of you lovelies. So, really important message today about shame, and I want you to stop scrolling because this message could free you pretty much forever. And this is about how shame actually isn't yours and it's been a lie that's been programmed into you. If you're still carrying it in your body, in your relationships, or your self worth, then you're still caught in the trap of the 3D pain tricks, which is what we're going to talk about today. But here's the good news: the door is open and we can walk through it. And I'm going to show you how to walk through it today. So, if you know that you've been struggling with shame, and a lot of us have after narcissistic abuse, like, comment, and share this live right now. If you've ever not feel good enough, if you've never felt like you're not enough, you're too much, and that other people don't accept you as you are, and tag a soul sister or a soul brother, somebody who needs this liberation, because Spa for Your Soul, Freedom from Shame, it's taking place in less than 2 days' time. Such a liberating experience where you're able to release everything that was never yours, including shame, and rise into your limitless, light-filled self. And I'm going to talk about how that happens today. All right, so shame has been control. Control is shame, and you're controlled through shame. And that's been going on in the 3D Paintrix for time immemorial. In the 3D Paintrix, shame isn't just a feeling, it's a program, it's actually a weapon, but it's more than that, it's a leash as well. And it's how systems have operated: religious systems, cultural, societal, familial, and family. It's kept you silent, it's kept you obedient and afraid to be yourself. Problem is with shame is we've all accepted or expected that this is normal, and it's been passed down like a curse, and it began in our families and it began in their families, and that's why they passed it down. So as a child, you may have heard things like, don't be so sensitive, stop showing off, you'll never amount to anything if you keep acting like this, you made your mother cry, you're too loud, you're too messy, you're too wild, you're too emotional, good girls don't do that, boys don't cry, you should be ashamed of yourself. And the thing is, these words land like spells, and without knowing it in theta brainwave, which little kids are, you absorb all of those messages like a sponge without a logical filter, and they become your inner reality. And then what happens is you begin to question your worth, your voice, your right to take up space. You learn that love was conditional and that being your true self was somehow wrong. But it didn't just stop there in the family. Religious guilt on planet Earth told you that your body, your desires, your thoughts were sinful, that suffering made you good, that pleasure was dangerous. You were taught to fear God instead of trust Source. Cultural codes said, play it safe, never shine too bright, never make others uncomfortable, and that being humble meant that you're invisible, that being quiet was being good. Family shame said to you, don't air your dirty laundry. And how things looked on the surface was much more important than how things felt. And if you tried to speak up about how things felt, about abuse, trauma, or trying to get the truth, you were shut down. And all of this shame, whether people realized it or not, but from the top down, it was actually designed to make you controllable, to keep you locked in guilt, in silence, in self-abandonment, to disconnect you from your intuition, your sovereignty, your sacred power. But here's the thing. This shame was actually never yours. And we're going to talk about that. You absorbed it because you were open, you were innocent, and you needed to belong, which is human nature. And that made you highly programmable, as it did with all of us. But it's not your true inner identity. It's actually not your truth to be carrying shame. And it's actually not yours to carry anymore. Shame feeds the illusion that you need fixing. And you've been told to fix, to hustle, to heal endlessly because something must be wrong with you. And you've internalized that lie. And we thought that our trauma defined us. And if we're holding on to shame, we're reliving our past and we're never free to step into a new future. Our life is on repeat. But what if there actually is nothing wrong with you at your core? It's only wrong what's happened to you, the programming that you've taken on. Because at your core, at your true self level, your soul has always been whole. And the shift from 3D, which is fear, pain, suffering, and the regurgitation of our past, and being stuck in limited, shameful feelings and remanifesting those experiences, that's 3D. But 5D is different. 5D isn't about fixing, it's about letting go of what is not your true essence, your true origin, your true nature. And when you let go of your old identity that your ego has been so invested in victimization, in feeling small and unworthy, and trying to wear a mask to fit in, when we let go of those traumas and those beliefs, then you start to remember who you truly are, which is not the shame of being too much or not enough, which was a soul suppression strategy. You've been called dramatic, oversensitive, not ladylike, not enough of a man, too loud, too quiet, too sexual, too emotional. Does that sound familiar? If you've been through those feelings and those programs, just say me in the chat. That's not feedback. It's actually about control. And our controllers, a lot of them, were just doing what they learnt from people that were controlling and suppressing them. And that's how they were programmed to behave and believe. And we believed it too. We did. So we shrunk, we disconnected, we disowned our own sacred power and our own right to take up space. But the truth is this, that pain of feeling not enough and not worthy and wrong and defective, because shame is a feeling of there's something wrong with me. That pain and taking back our power in that pain is actually what our path to liberation is all about. And that's the work that I am so passionate about helping people work through, so that you can call your true essence without shame back and start activating that. And that's exactly the work that we're going to be doing in Spa for Your Soul, which is in less than 2 days' time. We're doing a 3-hour workshop on freedom from shame. Okay, so shame. Why is it such a big deal? Apart from what I've already spoken about, shame makes you abandon yourself to fit into a false world. Shame doesn't just hurt, it actually reshapes you. And it tells you Don't be who you are, be who they want you to be. And because you needed love, connection, approval, or safety, especially as a little person, we could never generate that for ourselves. And that's where all of our programming happened. And because we needed those essential things, what happens is we did maladapt. We started to twist ourselves into 1,000 different shapes of a pretzel so that we could be loved and approved of. We masked. We kept inside how we really felt, and we presented a different reality to the world to be acceptable. You silenced, as we all did, and especially with narcissists, you silenced the truth of your soul to belong in a world that rejected the real you. And in fact, to be yourself, you discovered, was actually quite dangerous to do that. And let's have some real life examples on that. And people might relate to this. Smiling when you want to cry. That's absolutely a telltale sign that you're still hanging on to shame. Because being emotional is going to make other people uncomfortable, and then they're going to reject you. And maybe when you were little, your tears were met with, you're oversensitive, stop being a drama queen, big boys don't cry, all of that. And you said yes when your body screamed no. You went along to get along. In relationships, at work, with family, it's another telltale sign that we've got unresolved shame. Becoming a people pleaser. Afraid that saying no is going to make you bad, selfish, unlovable, maybe abandoned, rejected, cast out. Maybe you dressed a certain way, not because it felt good to your soul, but because you were afraid of being judged, shamed, or rejected. You laughed at jokes that hurt you. You stayed in rooms that felt toxic. You tolerated energy that drained your soul because speaking up felt unsafe. Just say me in the chat if you relate to any of this. And as we know, those of us who got into narcissistic intimate relationships, we dated people who didn't value us because a part of us believed deep down that we weren't enough to be treated better. And we jumped up and we screamed eventually. We put up with a lot before that, but we stayed. And we tried to convince people that we were worth being treated better rather than knowing we were worth being treated better. And like so many of us who've been narcissistically abused, there are a lot of shame programs there. Absolutely. You achieved, you overgave constantly, trying to prove that you were worthy of love, success, or belonging. Burnout became your baseline. And still, it never felt like it was enough for you to land safely. Releasing shame is what changes everything, rather than keeping it stuck there inside of us and trying to battle it. Releasing shame is a quantum choice to actually exit the 3D grid, the 3D matrix. It's a big part of it. So let's get real about this. If shame was logical, we would have let it go long ago. We've read the books, we've done the talk therapy, we've tried to forgive, we've tried to forget, we've tried to reframe, and yet it's still there. It's really insidious. Deep in the body, quietly eating away at our joy, our power, and our self-worth. So why haven't we been able to let go of shame and really go free into our sovereign true self? The reason is because shame doesn't live in the mind. It lives in the field. It lives in the nervous system, in the cellular memory, in the unconscious energy body. where words can't reach. It's like trying to watch TV from a radio station. Words don't reach those systems. And we drag the shame around inside of us, not because we're broken, but because we've been trying to fix an energetic wound with a mental band-aid. Shame is a frequency, it's not just a feeling. And until we shift it where it lives, we're going to keep looping. We're going to try to be better and still feel like we're actually not enough. We achieve more trying to prove ourselves, but on the inside, we still keep coming up empty. And in fact, we get burned out and emptier. And that means attracting relationships that are going to mirror our shame back to us. Because whatever's going on in our inner landscape, emotionally, energy and motion, is exactly what we receive, no matter how good and a nice and how much integrity as a human being we have, we're still attracting our frequency and we're still choosing it. So this is where quantum relief comes into this and just makes an incredible difference. Quantum healing doesn't require you to relive trauma or analyze it or figure it out. That's so 3D. Quantum is 5D. It works by accessing the energy beneath the wound, the trauma imprints, the ancestral codes, the inherited shame signatures, and dissolving them at the level of the field. And that's what we do with quantum freedom healing, which is the signature healing that I used to survive and thrive, and it's in all of my programs. And I'm taking you through quantum freedom healing 3 shifts in 2 days' time. Quantum freedom healing is not about fixing. It's about releasing what's not yours. It's about replacing the shame with truth, your soul's truth. So instead of carrying, I'm not good enough, through shifting, you anchor into your organic natural state, which is, I am whole. Instead of carrying, it was my fault, you start embodying, I'm sovereign and I'm safe. Instead of carrying, something's wrong with me, you start radiating in, I am divinely designed. So in this spa for your soul, in just under 2 days' time, which is freedom from shame, that's where we're going to go, into those shifts. So we don't band-aid it, the shame, we don't intellectualize it, we drop into your body, your field, your source connection, and we shift. Because when you choose to go quantum, you're not just healing, you're exiting the old shame grid. You're entering a new timeline where your true self is free and starts to lead the way. And that's what true emancipation is. It's soul liberation. It's ascension. And this is you unshamed. Freedom from shame starts to activate your 5D light body. Shame is really heavy. It's really heavy. And when you're trying to survive shame, all of your creative energy is tied up in the battle of trying to survive the shame. And it weighs down your aura, it dims your light, and it keeps you in fear. When it's gone, something different happens. You become magnetic. Your body vibrates. Excuse me, just one moment, guys. Just going back here. Okay. There was a call that came in on Instagram. Okay, you become magnetic. Your body vibrates differently. your relationship shifts, your manifestations accelerate because you're finally aligned with the divine frequency rather than the heavy shame frequency. And this is your light body online. This is actually your natural organic self without shame. And this is ascension in action. Shame was never yours. It's not your true essence. What is your true essence is your freedom. Your freedom is yours. And the truth sets you free. But first, it's going to unplug you from everything that's false. Shame was installed like malware, but your freedom is divine. It's encoded in your soul, and we're going to unlock it together. So, Spa for Your Soul is in 2 days' time. It's a pay what you like event. It goes for 3 hours. We do 3 very powerful quantum freedom healing shifts. Also, too, you get your own workbook, which is yours to keep for life. And we have so much in this workbook. We're going to be workshopping shame, where it came from, what it actually means, how to shift it. So that's a really comprehensive workbook that you get with the event. Also, too, we're going to be going into a comprehensive energy report, what's going on in April as well. There's lots of bonuses, there's lots of goodies. And also, too, we've just come through an eclipse season, which has brought up so much shame for people. That dark, heavy stuff always gets pushed up in eclipses. And a lot of people are really going through it right now. So this is perfect, perfect timing. There's bonuses, there's competitions in the event, and also too, you have the possibility of winning. There's 2 draws where you go into win a Quantum Freedom Healing 1-hour session with me, which is valued at $995 USD. You get the chance to win that by being in this. So in 2 days' time, this is your quantum appointment with liberation. We're going to go deep. We're going to shift energetically, and you will absolutely instantly walk away feeling like you have more clarity. You're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel freer, and you're going to feel more like you. You are literally going to shift decades, if not lifetimes, of shame out of your system. So this event, if you're watching from Facebook, the link is above. If you're on Instagram, all you need to do is put in the comment SPAD, SPAD, SPAD. It's all the one word, and I'll send you all of the details and the links to register. So I am so excited about this event. I love doing soul spas, and I know it's going to make a really big difference. And please share this event, especially for people that are waking up spiritually, that are looking into ascension, that know that there's more than this 3D matrix of battle and struggle, and they want liberation, manifestation, and more success and more love in their life. Share the link with them as well. And I can't wait to see you guys there. So thank you for being with me today. And I hope that you're having a beautiful day. And it's my mission to make your days even more beautiful. So I'm so looking forward to that. And thank you for joining me. Also, to leave any questions and comments that you want, and I'll get back to them later. And that's it. Lots of love. Bye-bye.